my name's Gabriella and welcome to my channel where we do lots of creative things. We're unboxing books today because storytelling is my favourite part of being creative, and so I hoard special editions of books. Each month I get the Fairyloot and Illumicrate boxes. If you've seen my last video, you will know that with Fairyloot I was having some issues with the packaging and the quality that the items were arriving in. When I finally got around to reading the October book, I got halfway through and realised that 4 of the pages were ripped, like, lengthways across the page. I hadn't noticed it when I first got the book. Like, I did a flick through of the pages and it wasn't easily noticeable. And that was on the tail end of a long list of issues. So I was writing them an email when my set of Inheritance Games books turned up, and all 3 of them had damage on the hardcover under the dust jacket. So I added that to the email. Even though it was outside of the replacement period, they were kind enough to send me a new copy of the October book. They were kind enough to make an exception because the situation itself was exceptional. They also sent me replacements for 2 of the items from the December box, which weren't in the best condition. Unfortunately, the items they sent me to replace them were damaged in virtually the same ways, except worse. I haven't heard back since then. And they said initially that they were looking into the Inheritance Games books. I haven't heard anything about that. They did reassure me that the packaging was improved and that it should be in effect for their January boxes already, which I have here with me. So we're going to find out together. I mean, I've already opened it, so I do know, but let's rediscover. Oh my god. It's all in the wrong order. January theme, Hidden Worlds. Really like the artwork. Matching bookmark. There is a very slight score on this bookmark, like as if someone's got their thumbnail and sort of dug it in. We can look past that. As always, I love pinky purples, so this is great. First item was Collection of Magical Tomes, Volume 1, in this cardboard box. It's a book. But is it a book? It's a hidden book thing. I wasn't quite sure what I was expecting. It feels like cardboard, almost. It doesn't feel like I expected it to, but it looks amazing. I've always wanted a hidden book. I've seen lots of people make them out of real books, and that always terrified me. I never wanted to do that. I couldn't damage a book to do it, so I'm really glad that they've made one from not a book. My main concern is that I'm going to put things in this and completely forget that I've put them there, that I own them. They will cease to exist. I think it must be slightly magnetised because it sort of holds shut. But overall, I'm excited. I've never had one of these before. Then we had this hair scrunchie, which I thought was like a scrunchie with this big thing on to start with. But you open it, and then it's a scrunchie and a bandana, sort of bandana, neck scarf. I don't know what you call it. It's inspired by We Hunt the Flame, and I like the little lions, and it's blue, which is fun. And yeah, I just enjoy the multi-purpose. You can have a nice scrunchie with a big bow on it, or you can have a bandana, neck scarf, hair scarf, but however you want to use it. I'm really into scrunchies right now, so amazing. Then next pin, this Quadir pin, Quadir. I'm not entirely sure on the pronunciation. It's from the Stardust Thief, which I really enjoyed. Fairyloot also did a special edition of it, which was purple, and then the pin is purple, and it's just really cute, and there's little stars and clouds and stuff on it, and amazing. I love it. And I think this has to be one of my favourite like card backings for the pins so far. It's just gorgeous. Then we have a sleep mask inspired by the book of the month. It's really nice and soft, feels lovely. It's green, got vines and stuff. I like the design. I'm not really a sleep mask person. I occasionally have use for them, and so this will be very nice to use when I have use for it, but that's like once in a blue moon. It's usually somewhere where I need to sleep in transport, and I don't do that very often, at least not anymore. This would have been very useful when I was at university. Then we move on to the tarot cards, which is Evangeline and Jax from Once Upon a Broken Heart. I love the images. As always, the tarot cards are just so pretty. I do love Once Upon a Broken Heart as well, very much enjoy. And the colour schemes are just right up my street as well, amazing. As well as the little symbols that are included. It's perfect. Then we have the artwork with the author note on it. As always, lovely artwork. I think my only thing is the colours aren't eye-catching necessarily. They're much more neutral, and especially because there isn't really anything going on in the background. I don't display the artwork anymore because I don't have space for it. But if I was still displaying it, this probably wouldn't get a prime spot, or might not be one of the ones selected because it's not as eye-catching as some of the others have been. But I still like it. And finally, we have the book of the month. I'm losing everything. This month is Spice Road by Maya Abram, which I hope I'm saying right. What I love most though is how this pattern here follows onto the sprayed edges. It's gorgeous. Okay, well actually I said I love that most. We take off the reversible dust jacket. It's very lovely. And you're met with this beauty. I love foil on the hardcover, and I really love symbols. This is everything. We also have some lovely end paper artwork and signed by the author on a separate page, which I've noticed they've started doing recently, is inserting an entire new page just for the author's signature for the special edition. This book also has a map. We love maps, and this is a really detailed, lovely one. I'm very excited to read it. I love the sound of the magic system. It reminds me, in concept, at least from the description, a little bit of the Mistborn series by Brandon Sanderson, so I'm excited to see if that's true. And even if it doesn't turn out to be similar, it sounds like a concept that I already know I like. The only thing is, the corners on the hardcover, dust jacket are a little bit scuffed, coming up a little bit. Very, very minor though. So if those little corners and the slight scratch on the bookmark are all the issues this month, that's wonderful, because that's like normal wear and tear. Which I hope means that I haven't just gotten lucky with the box I got, but that their overall quality control has improved massively. So fingers crossed that it stays like this, and that I hear back about the Inheritance Games books. As for the Fairy Scoop, they haven't recommended books inside it this time, but next month's theme is Morally Grey, with items inspired by From Blood and Ash, Once Upon a Broken Heart, These Violent Delights, and The Black Witch. And two of those items are going to be a foiled ceramic mug and a foiled art print. I'm intrigued. The only thing that I will say is it seems like Once Upon a Broken Heart has been featured quite a lot in recent boxes, and I do love Once Upon a Broken Heart. I think it's great. It's starting to feel a little bit like every other box, and I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Overall though, this has been a great box. I'm really happy with the packaging and the items. I think it's been a great selection of practical and decorative items, which, as we know, I really like practical items because inserting bits of bookish magic into my everyday life. Particular favourites, I think, are the pin and the scrunchie, and the book's gorgeous. So I'm really happy, and I hope this continues. We'll see next month, I guess. On to Illumicrate, which is rattling, yes. Don't worry, nothing's getting damaged, I don't think. Woo! Oh, see, that one opened easier, but then I hit myself in the face with it. January's theme for Illumicrate was Journey's End, and I enjoy the nature vibes. First up, and I think this is so cool, I have no more words than that, is this wooden map of Davabad? I think is how you say it. I have no idea. I haven't read it yet. I need to. From City of Brass. I just think that's so cool. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. I want to display it. Don't know how, don't know where. I feel like it would be a good little map for a coffee table. I am just also a little bit concerned that if I used it on a coffee table or something, I might damage the design. I don't think it's going to work as like a mouse mat, because wood. I'm going to have to find something to do with it. And I just keep noticing more details, like all the animals around the border. Like, ugh. It's so cool. Then we had this Secret Society. It was meant to be a bag. I was expecting like an actual tote bag kind of thing. I guess I'm glad that it's not just all tote bags. However, I don't really use bum bags ever. I just have vivid memories. I think it might have been like a distant relative's wedding, and for some reason we got little bum bags. I think every place setting had like a couple of sweets on it. Me and my cousins were just running around stuffing our bum bags with as many of the sweets as we could lay hands on, beg, borrow, steal, etc. I don't know if bum bags were involved there, but somehow when I think of bum bags, that image comes to mind. It does have a lot of pockets, which I enjoy. There's even a little one back here. Also, black isn't necessarily my favourite Like, I do wear black. I have black clothes. It goes with a lot of things, so I guess that's good. But it's not a go-to item for me, and it's not in a go-to colour either. I like that they're doing variety with the items though. It's not something I would have thought of, and I like being surprised in that way at least. Then, oh my god, a cutlery kit. Look at these designs. This is what was rattling. And it's a Middle-earth one. They have second breakfast, 11 C's, and supper on them. And then they also have chopsticks that don't have anything on them. And I really like that they included the chopsticks. Also, don't know about everyone else, but to me, these seem quite strangely shaped. Like, proportionally, just very long and thin stems to them. This almost feels like a sundae spoon, like you'd use for like a sundae for eating your ice cream, except the spoon on the top would be a little bit smaller. I don't know. Oh, I'm doing the thing where you can, my nose is real big. Yeah, I'm just sad that where's first breakfast? Where's luncheon? I feel like these three are maybe the iconic ones, which is why they were chosen, but where are all the other meals? The whole point is that they have more than 3 meals a day. But otherwise, I love this. It's cute. I don't really go camping or much anymore, but if I do, amazing. If I don't, it's useful to have a set of cutlery around. That's fun. So this is inspired by an enchantment of ravens. It's Immortal Sorrow pencil wrap. I think it goes... The design looks like it goes this way up. I feel like you maybe put things in this way around. I was confused at first when they called it a pencil wrap because I thought it was just for like art supplies generally, this kind of thing. But they do clarify in the description that it's for art supplies. They just call it a pencil wrap. Now, orange isn't necessarily my colour, but I've always been very intrigued by these. I see them, I feel like mainly in films. I've never thought they look particularly practical, but they look cool, and I've always wanted to try one, so this is my opportunity. And finally, we have this card holder, which makes me feel incredibly seen. It's inspired by Saga, which I don't know. I assume the hairless cat has some significance. I would have preferred a cat with hair. Not that I don't love all cats, but I just like fluffy ones. Ooh, the insides are a bit like rubbery. They seem to like hold on to the cards, make sure they don't slip out. That's nice. But yeah, I had to laugh at it. Yeah, I like it. Then this month, we got an author note, which we don't always get from Illumicrate, and I was pleasantly surprised by. I like the design. It does match the end paper artwork on the book, which is super cool. My only thing would be is I almost would have preferred if they had put this like as an additional page in the book, or like done artwork on it like Fairyloot does, because this is cool, but what am I gonna do with it? Where am I gonna put it now? I might just like slide it inside the book. I don't know. But I appreciate that we got one for once. Now, this book, I don't know, I'm putting the box down for this. I had guessed it was this book from the spoiler card last month. If you watched my last video, this is the book I had been thinking of. Oh, but it's on hardcover. It's all lovely. You turn it. It's gorgeous. I'm in love. And then, okay, I'm start on the back for like almost a big reveal. It all goes so well together. When I said it matched the end paper art, it's foiled. They foiled it, and they've specifically built in the author signature, which I think is so clever. And isn't this gorgeous? This is just amazing. And it's the same at the back as well. And the cover page is like a design here, and we also have a map. We are spoiled. Absolutely spoiled. There's like artwork around things, as well as all the chapters have little crests, which I love. And it's not just like small ones, it's full art designs. Top of the dust jacket is getting a little bit smushed, but that's fine. And it sounds like a really interesting concept as well to top it all off, so I cannot wait to read this. Next month's theme, I keep saying next month, we are currently in February, so by the end of this month I will have the boxes. Both of these boxes arrived in February. Yay! Anyway, February's theme is Into the Fire, And the items are going to be inspired by the Poppy War, Legendborn, Daughter of the Moon Goddess, and a fandom neutral item. And there'll be a new item they've never done before, which is exciting. And I'm doubly excited because I have read every single one of those books. I haven't read the entire series of all of them. I have only read the first book of each of them thus far. Oh, and the Poppy War item will be a book jacket, which I'm excited about, although I still have never used the book jacket I got from them last year. But maybe I'll give it a go, like, you know, using to protect hardcovers that I'm not travelling with. Because if I'm travelling with them, I'd rather put them in a book sleeve where the whole book is protected, as opposed to just around the cover, because something could get to the sprayed edges. Something could get to it. So maybe I'll use it around the house when I'm not travelling. But yes, I'm just really excited because I can't remember if it's the first time or not. It might be the first time that every single item is from a series I've read. There might have been one box where I knew everything. But the amount of excited I got when I realised that I knew all of them, I feel like subconsciously I must know, and that level of excitement would come from it being the actual first time. I don't know though. We'll find out. No, I'm not going to go back and look and figure it out. Either way, this box was great. The book and the wooden map, easily favourites. The cutlery was cute. Again, really enjoying the practical. Not sure that I necessarily have uses for any of these items at the minute, but they can potentially come in handy, so that's good. I like knowing I have them if I ever need them. My cat is now trying to distract me. And we knocked the cutlery down. Oh well. We have a cat to sign off. You gonna say hello? Oh, she's gonna start dribbling on me. She does this when she purrs, she dribbles. So those have been two very successful boxes today. I've enjoyed both of them. I think Fairyloot might be winning out. If Illumicrate's book had come with Fairyloot's items, that would have been like the perfect box. Still waiting to hear about a couple of items from Fairyloot, but overall, it seems like things are moving in the right direction. So I'm very happy about that. Very happy with the items, and everything was just so pretty this month. Love that. As always, let me know in the comments what you thought about all the items. If you have the boxes themselves, what are your experiences with them? Having them like right there with you. Does the video do them justice? They have the same impact in real life as seeing them on screen. And if you have a cat, do they disturb you and walk all over you and dribble on you when you're trying to do things? Like reading. Does your cat try and dribble on your books when you're reading? Does your cat try and dribble on your books when you're not reading? Is this just a me problem? Either way, I should be seeing you before my next unboxing with some sort of video. I don't know. I will see you next time. And if she's decided to bother me next time as well, then she'll see you too. Bye! Say bye, Clara. Say goodbye to the camera. Please? Okay, no.